Hey everybody, thank you for coming back. As you saw in the last video, the garage is coming along, we're almost done. This video is going to be about this project. I bought this truck a few weeks ago. It's a 98 Chevy Silverado extended cab long bed. It's a bus. This thing is great. It needs a full tune-up. It needs front brakes, so I'm doing front brakes and calipers. The rears look great in it. It's a 3/4 ton flavor, but it's also two-wheel drive. This truck is in immaculate shape because it did not get driven in the winter. It's a little rough, but there is no rust whatsoever. I mean, the paint is horrible, which I'm going to hopefully bring back around. Yeah, it's a beautiful truck. This truck goes on for days. The skinny of it. The seat is broke. It's not fun to drive. It leans back hard. So I need to fix that. That's like number one, number two on the list. I've got the new seats right there. They're like new, they're good. We are going to do brakes and seat today and try to go further. I'm going to see if I can get the oil change done, which it desperately needs it. Probably needs new plugs, wires, so I got everything I need. We're gonna get started on this little project and see how far I can get with it today. Hopefully I can get the complete truck done today. Figured I'd bring you along for this little project. So here we go. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm going to pull both the seats out and get them switched out, just for the fact that that seat will no longer be broke. So I think we're gonna get the passenger side first, or maybe I'll pull the passenger side and the driver's side at the same time and then swap them out. So we're gonna get started on this and get these changed. We're gonna pull the passenger side seat. One side done. Now I gotta do the driver's side. There's something on the bolt that they're like I wanna say like a Loctite. They're not easy to get out. So I'm gonna go fight with the driver's side. We'll put the new seat in and we'll have an unbroke seat. That was a struggle. I put up more of a fight than what I wanted to. Seats are out. So now I think I might grab the vac and suck up all this dirt, and then we will get the seats put back in, the new ones. The non-broken ones. There's some sort of weird Loctite on all the bolts. It was a struggle getting them all out. And on the passenger side, there's like no room between the head of the bolt and the rail. So I was fighting it the whole time. The driver's side was a little bit easier because I was able to get a ratchet in there. Old seats out, found 15 cents. So I'm making money back on the truck. So I think I'll grab the shop vac and suck out all this dirt and we'll put the new seats in. Come on, get in there. Oop, too far. Oh no. We're in. Now I gotta just bolt it down. Stay. Whatever. Fall. Alright, so as you can see, both seats are in. They both function. They both work like they're supposed to. I need to see if I can take the other one apart to get that button out or switch the armrest out, but yeah, seats are in. That one's no longer janky and busted, which is a plus. So now I think I'm gonna work on front brakes. Get that done so that I can at least take it to get inspected. Get those two things done. Those are the two majors right now. And then we can work on oil change, spark plugs, all that stuff. We're gonna do the front brakes and calipers, and we'll get going on that. All right, rotors look good, so that's a plus. So we'll get this off. Hopefully I should be able to get that fitting off of there. Get the calipers, brake pads changed, get the system bled, and we can go for a drive. I'll probably try to do everything else before I go for a drive. So I'm at a standstill with my brake job, mainly because I'm to that point. But because I picked up the wrong calipers and brake pads. I picked up brake pad calipers for a 7,200 gross vehicle weight. This thing's 8,600. Big difference. Couldn't figure out why I couldn't get anything to go together. That's why. So I have to wait for the parts to come in for that. So that'll be tomorrow. Hopefully I can get those tomorrow, get them on, and get this going. For right now though, I am going to be changing that little bushing right there. Actually, I'm going to change both of them, but that one there is bad. So that one's shot, so I'm gonna get it replaced. So I'm finally back out in the garage after 2 weeks. Yes, 2 weeks. I started working on it, started doing the brakes. Found out that I ordered the wrong brake pads, the wrong calipers. So I had to go reorder and take back the old stuff. Then I also found out I was going to replace the sway bar bush. And I bought the wrong size of those too. At that point, I gave up. I shut the camera off, went in the house, I was done. The next week, I was busy. I just never got out here. I'm finally got a free day if I gotta get out here. I now have all the correct parts. Hopefully. Truck's still sitting here the way it was, all jacked up on jack stands. I'm finally hoping to get the brake pads and brake calipers replaced so that I can do an oil change, other stuff, get this thing on the road. Winter is slowly approaching. Let's get started. Finally got the passenger side done. I had to fight with it. It wasn't so much a fight with the caliper, I was fighting bleeding it. I couldn't get it to bleed. I bought one of these from Harbor Freight and it would not pull vacuum. I was fighting with it, and finally I got Heather to come out and she pumped up the brakes and I bled them and got all the air out. We have a brand new caliper, brand new brakes. Maybe this thing will stop now. I'm gonna move over to the driver's side and get it changed out and we'll go from there. Got the front brakes done, completely bled, done and over with. Brand new calipers, brand new pads. And in the process, see that little mark right there in the floor? Yeah, I got a brake line. That is probably rotted out. Now I have to replace a brake line to the back. It'll be for another day because I don't have any brake line. It doesn't look too bad, it's just a small drip. Probably started right after we started pumping up the brakes to bleed the system. So be it. It is a 98. Bound to be a lot of things that I'm gonna have to replace on this sooner or later. That won't be too bad. It'll suck trying to get that line out because it's right up between the frame and the gas tank. I'll know more once I get under there, but for now we are going to be changing out that broken bushing. We'll be doing both of them, putting them up in there. Got both bushings replaced. Which, brand new. Looks good. Both sides done. They're really easy. Yeah, the leak is power steering, which, I don't know, it's up in there somewhere. I will figure that out later. Right now, I'm just trying to get this thing stopping on its own and inspectable. Next, I think I'm gonna move on to an oil change so I can put the wheels back on, get it dropped down, and I can do the rest of the tune-up in the engine compartment, and I need a brake line for the back. We will get the oil change done, filter, and we'll put the wheels back on, drop it down. Done. Finish off the oil change with some fresh Earl. By the way, people, when you go somewhere to have your oil changed, tell them not to use behemoth mode on putting the oil filter back in. I thought I was gonna have to cut it off. The thing was tight. I mean, even with my awesome super filter wrench, I started crushing it like a soda can. Wasn't good. So the oil change is done. I think next I am going to move on to, I think, the spark plugs. I don't know if they've ever been changed. If they have, it looks like it's been a hot minute. So I think I'm gonna change them. And I'm gonna try to change the plug wires with them, just for the fact that I don't know when they've ever been changed. Trying to do all this preventative maintenance that I don't know when it was last done, so I figured I'd do it all now, get it over with, and I think we'll tackle the plugs and wires next. So far I've gotten one spark plug out, and it's way down in there. These plugs are original. I'm gonna say they're original. Same part number, they're not too bad looking. They've got about a 64 thousandths gap, which they're supposed to be 60, so that's actually not bad for those spark plugs. I don't know if they got 174,000 miles on them or not. They don't look too bad. They're not super black. They're a little tough to get to. This could be a challenge. I'll keep plugging away at it. So it's been a long day. I'm finally done. Got all the plugs and wires changed. I almost gave up on the driver's side. I got 2 in and I was fighting, and finally realized I could go through the fender well, so I did that. Got that side changed, come over to passenger side, thought it was gonna be the worst. It was actually the easiest because I got to remove the air box. That whole thing can come out. So it opens up all this area in here. Very easy to get to the plugs, wires. I had them changed in no time. I got oil in it, I got a new air filter in, I got new plugs, wires, everything's brand new. We're gonna fire it up and should start just fine. And if it does, I'm done for the night. I'm gonna jump in and crank her over and get her started. All right, here we go. Nice. For some reason, the belt still squeaks. It's a brand new belt. So I don't know. She runs. I'm quite pleased with that. There we have it. I got everything done that I needed to do. Changed out front calipers and brake pads, bled the lines, put the wheels back on, did an oil change, filter, fluid, topped off the antifreeze, changed plugs, wires, air filter. There's not much else to do to this. I got to get a brake line, get that put on, so no test drives yet. Maybe in the spring I'll do the tranny fluid and filter. Other than that, I don't see anything else I need to do. Oh, I got to try to find out where the power steering is leaking and get it fixed. That's not critical. That's not gonna keep me from passing inspection. So get that brake line fixed, go get this thing inspected, and I'll be driving it. If you enjoyed this, please let me know. I don't know what I'm doing with this truck. I know I want to do quite a few things. It's going to turn into a toy hauler, and it's going to be my workhorse. It's 2-wheel drive, so it's never going to see salty roads during the winter. There's no way. Yeah, if you have any ideas what I should do to this truck, post them in the comments. I might take them into consideration. We'll see what I can do. No engine swaps, though. I'm not. This is a good motor. It's running great. I'll leave it right there. So till next time, thanks for watching,